What's going on, everybody? It's Noah, and in today's episode of the Rise Method, I want to talk about an experience that I just recently had when I attended my first sweat lodge. Now, a sweat lodge, if you don't know, it is a practice that was utilized by First Nation peoples, Native Americans, a lot of indigenous groups. It is a form of purification. It is a form of cleansing of body, mind, soul, spirit. It is a time to gather as a group and to offer prayers to loved ones, to the earth, whatever that may be for you. And in that experience, I realized, and I had an inkling of this before, and we always do to a certain extent, but going through something like that, you realize that to be a vessel of the mission, the vision, the love, the exuberance, the passion that you want to share in the world, to allow yourself to be that, you have to be willing to cast off and to shut off and to die to certain parts of yourself that you've been holding on to. And that's why this is a form of prayer. This is a time of prayer, and it's a very sacred process to sweat, and not, it's not just like a sweat like such as in a sauna. It's an extremely intense process. I remember there were 4 rounds, and I remember in the last 2 rounds specifically, those were some hot rounds. The face was burning. It's a challenge, to say the least. It is a challenge. It is a trial, and that's the purpose of it. Okay? We talked about in the previous video quantum leaping and the path of least resistance. Okay, not the path of zero resistance. So choosing the right resistance. And when you choose the right resistance, which is really the resistance of these internal beliefs you're holding on to that are preventing you from achieving the life of your dreams, okay, the business of your dreams, the money, the finances of your dreams, having the partner of your dreams. It's the resistance that you're creating from within, and when you choose to release that resistance, that makes exponential quantum shifts. And so in this case, that is what this is. It's a form of purification to shut off those narratives, those thoughts, those beliefs, and to get to a deeper understanding of that you are connected to a much greater vision and purpose. You're connected to spirit, to God, to the source of all life, the universe. Okay, you are a facet of that interconnected web. And when you realize that, you realize the necessity of letting go of these narratives and shedding them off. Because your purpose, your mission, okay, that desire that you have, it's greater than you. Okay, and when you think about that, you get to a point to realize that it's actually selfish and harming others if you're not living in alignment with your purpose and your calling. Wow, that hit me in saying it. It's, it detracts from the love and the peace and the prosperity and the joy of life if you're not living true to that and allowing that to be expressed through you. So you have to be willing to die off to those parts of yourself. You have to purify yourself in some way. You don't have to be in a sweat lodge necessarily. That said, challenging yourself physically, ice baths, sauna, training, and doing the work necessary to bring about the life of your dreams, right? Making sales calls, making connections, putting yourself out there. That is a part of this purification process of shedding off that which no longer serves you, because you know the truth. You know what's wanting to be expressed through you, but you have to be willing to die off to those parts of yourselves, and it is a death. And whilst that can be as simple as a decision, and that's what we spoke on with the quantum leap, it's just deciding it now that it's done. That isn't to say that there's no resistance, but it's the path of least resistance. because that is the resistance whereby when you release it, the external will reflect back to you this shift of mind, this state of being, and opportunities will open up. You'll find yourself in circumstances and conditions that you previously thought weren't even possible to have, much less having it in an exponentially shortened rate of time. Be amazed at how quick you can draw things to you when you make that decision first. But there will be an element of pain in that. Again, it's not zero resistance, it's least resistance. But if you're willing to listen to that pain within and to see that child within, okay, and to bring them back home, if you're willing to do that, that will make for exponential gains, and that will shift your entire reality, because as within, so without. And as without, so within. Your external is always teaching you what you're believing and how you're showing up in life. And I'll just end it with this too, that at the end of that sweat lodge, or during the sweat lodge, this phrase was repeated, this Lakota phrase was repeated while people were speaking, expressing themselves, expressing their prayers, their thoughts. The phrase is aho mitakuye. Now, aho mitakuye is analogous to an amen, as we typically know it. Okay, it's an acknowledgement of the sacredness of life and what was just being spoken. But aho mitakuye translates roughly to all my relations. And it's a recognition and a realization of the fact that all life is connected, that we are facets of this interconnected system that is the universe, and that we are part of this greater plan of God, Spirit, Life, Source, whatever name you want to ascribe to that. And your purpose, your mission, what you're wanting to express in life is a part of that and is wanting to be expressed, and that is a calling from your higher self. It's from this higher power. It's a realization of the law of one. We can talk about that in future videos as well, and it will reappear again and again, right? Because it's always present in any of these conversations. That we are all in this interconnected web of life. And that's part of your subconscious mind, that what you're believing and professing to be true of your subconscious mind, that's creating and emitting this electromagnetic signature to your external world, because your subconscious mind is connected and collective to everyone and everything around you, the law of one. And so I just wanted to leave you with that thought of aho mitakuye, to remember that, to remind you of the interconnectedness of all things, and that your purpose, your mission is a part of that divine plan. You have this desire for a reason. You have these yearnings, these callings for a reason. You have this calling to heal your trauma for a reason, because it will empower others to do the same. It will inspire others to pursue their dreams, to live their life to the fullest, to recognize their innate wholeness now. But you have to be willing to do that work yourself. You have to be willing to die off to those parts of yourself that's holding you back currently. It's telling you you're not good enough. It's telling you you're not ready. It's telling you that it's just too hard. It's just too difficult. The cards you were dealt aren't fair, and they will not allow you to have everything you desire. When you decide, just like that, when you decide to let those go and to adopt the new state of being, the new man, shed off the old man, adopt the new man, renewing your mind, and you can accept the resistance that comes with that, you're changed, you're transformed, and you allow the healing to take place within yourself, and it's instantaneous. And in doing that, you heal others, because as within, so without. So thank you so much for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Check out the additional resources below. I love you so much. And until next time, Let's rise.